greatest online podcast that you've ever listened to in your whole fucking life.
The RowdCAST contains adult languages, adult themes, and adult situations. Viewer discretion is advised.
No! No! No!
Reese's stitches, trolls receive 86 cents. Stick around if your house broken. Can't hold your shit or your tongue, you gotta go. Should you choose to react like an imposter, you in turn will be treated so. Yes, we're being condescending. Yes, that means we're talking down to you. With all that racket from your lips are flapping, we assumed you didn't notice. Haters, isolators, no one misses these. Bitches, Reese's stitches, trolls receive 86 cents. Yes, we're being condescending. Yes, that means we're talking down to you. With all that racket
Yeah, I got your fucking remedy. That's right. This is the RowdCAST. I'm Rowdy Radloff. We are fucking live on a fucking Tuesday. Tuesday Booze Day, if you didn't know that. So drink some beers if you got the day off. If you don't and you're sitting in a fucking cubicle or you're sitting at your job somewhere hating your life, I'm here for you. So I'll be with you for a little bit to make sure your eardrums orgasm with pleasure of my fucking mouth. Man, I got a lot to get into. That song is a fucking little warning shot out there to any fucktards. Keep my name out of your mouth. You have no reason to talk about me. You guys are a bunch of fucking little pansies. You need to get smacked in the fucking face. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's never happened. Your words mean nothing. So, anyway, on to bigger and better things. RowdCAST style, if you know what I'm saying. Just seen, before I came on the air, sadly this morning, terrorist attack in Brussels. 3 bombs went off. 2 at the airport. 1 was a suicide bomber. 1 inside a subway system. I think there's like 35 people dead. Over 100 injured. Bad, man. We're at war. We're fucking... It's whether you want to be or not, you know. It is. It's a war. And it's, you can't say that all... We've said this a million times. I'm not going to repeat myself. But it's radical Islam. And the radical Islam nation believes that our freedom and our democracy is, hazardous to them. And so they're going to attack our freedoms. They don't attack soldiers and stuff like that. They're attacking, what we call soft targets, people that have no way to defend themselves. Cowardly acts, suicide bombs, going into concert halls and shit like that we've seen. So this shit's going to continue to happen, and it's not going to get any better. We're going to see more of that kind of stuff in the U.S., unfortunately. Whether we want to believe it or not, it's going to happen. The San Bernardino stuff was I think, amateur shit compared to what we probably will see in our lifetime. And all you can do is be vigilant, pay attention to fucking people around you, things that are happening. Things are fishy or suspicious. Things are looking kind of weird. They probably are. Keep your eyes open and fucking make sure you just watch your back. That's the times that we're living in. So we gotta take care of each other and watch each other's back and like I said, whether you want to believe it or not, we're at war, and you gotta defend your freedom, man. You can't let that kind of shit stop you from traveling or stop you from getting on planes or buses or trains, and because they win. That's what terrorism is. If they can stop us from living our everyday life and doing what we want to do, then they win. And I won't let that fucking happen. They can fucking suck my nuts, if you know what I'm saying. The chat room is open. I see Pumpkin Face is in the chat room. Welcome, Pumpkin Face. Anyone else that is there bored, like I said, at work, or wants to chat with me, go ahead and throw it up in the live chat. And I'm always willing to respond and talk with you. If you guys got important shit to say. If you have something stupid to say, don't say it, okay? Because I don't want to fucking hear that dumb shit. Nah, I'm just kidding. Throw it up there, and we will talk. We will chat. I'm going to be here for a little bit. I got a fucking lot of shit, man. I feel like it's been a while. I'm so fucking busy. My job is not nice. Part of being a grown-up and making good money comes no free time. So as much as I love to do this thing, I've been slacking. Really, I've been dropping the ball, and it's hard to coordinate times with guests. I have all kinds of people that want to get on, but to get, I like to have people. I'll do the Skype thing every once in a while, but I like to have people here, right next to me, sitting next to me, corresponding with me. That's when my conversations are the best. That's what I enjoy the most. And if I can't make it happen, I go the other way. But I really like people when they're in studio, they're sitting next to me. And it's just really hard to find dates where we can get together and I can be free and they can be free. And so working on it, but I'm not going to stop. So today you get just Rowdy. You get just me, just how this shit started, solo, me rambling drunk at midnight. We're going to go old school. So I got a lot of shit to talk about. I sat here for like 20 minutes and I wrote up a page and a half of stuff to talk about. So if that tells you anything, shit will get weird. And it usually does get fucking weird when we get to this fucking RowdCAST thing, if you know what I'm saying. So, let me look. What's the first thing? Oh, I got one. Here we go. The motherfucking RowdCAST. This fucking drives me crazy. So I guess there's a new MacGyver. Lucas Till. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is. He looks like a Hanson brother. He's the new MacGyver. They're bringing MacGyver back to CBS. And Lucas Till is going to be the new MacGyver. Why? I ask Jesus every day, why do you do this to me? Why? We got to stop with the fucking remakes. We got to stop with the fucking continuation of... And they just announced a new Indiana Jones 5. You know, the last one wasn't my favorite, let's put it that way. Has nothing on the old ones. Shit's changed too much that I don't know. And I don't know if I want to see a 70-year-old fucking Harrison Ford playing Indiana Jones because he's reprising his role. But Hollywood, we gotta stop. You guys get paid. You get paid to fucking sit there and write things all day. That's all you gotta do. That's your fucking job. You don't gotta do anything else. You go to Starbucks, you get your little fucking frappe, fucking latte, and you go sit by a fucking pool with a notebook and you write things. And you're paid to be creative. So write something. Don't fucking make a number 6, a number 7, number 8. They're making Fast and the Furious like 1 through fucking 12. They have like 4 or 5 more Fast and the Furious movies planned. How is that possible? Fucking the guy that Fast and the Furious is about is dead. He died in a car crash. I mean, maybe isn't that ironic? Maybe that was why. That's why God, if you believe in God, maybe God chose him to die so they stopped making garbage Fast and the Furious movies. I don't know. My girlfriend would hate if I said that. She really likes those movies. But babe, I don't know. You gotta come up with something new. I need new stuff, okay? Even everybody's now talking this new Batman versus Superman. That shit happened a long time ago in a cartoon. It was called Justice League. And now they're going to turn it into a movie. I hope it's good. But again, it's just... I love comic book movies, but there are just too many of them now. It's ridiculous. So we need some originality fucking shot with a big fucking needle into Hollywood, and we need some new people. So if you're out there and you're a screenwriter or something, please come up with some new shit. Please. Give me something new to watch. Something that fucking makes my brain tingle. That really is, interests me. But this kind of shit does not. One thing we wanted to talk about also, Supreme Court rejects state's challenge to Colorado pot law. So what happened is, I believe, Oklahoma and Nebraska, maybe? I don't know. I'm sure Pumpkin Face could help me out with this. He lives in Colorado, so... the Supreme Court has rejected an effort by Nebraska and Oklahoma to have Colorado pot legalization declared unconstitutional. The justices are not commenting on Monday and dismissing the lawsuit that states filed directly at the Supreme Court against their neighbor. So what they're trying to do is say that this pot law is unconstitutional because people are bringing pot that they buy legally into their states, and they're pulling them over, and they're probably putting them in jail, because that's the rest of the nation. While Colorado sits there and says it's okay, there's nothing wrong with pot, which is totally normal. Most of the other states in the fucking United States are saying no, that you need to go to jail for having a plant. So, really, really awesome fucking country that we live in, that nobody can even fucking agree on one thing, and something that's stupid as recreational marijuana or medical marijuana. I mean, it's fine if you want to sit there and tell me that recreational marijuana shouldn't be allowed or blah, blah, whatever. If that's what you want to believe, that's fine. But if you're going to sit there and tell me there's no medical benefits, you're brainwashed, you're a fucking sheep, you have no idea, you've done no research, you've read nothing, you are a closed-minded fucking shill, and you got a fucking tube in your throat, and you're guzzling it like you're fucking deep throating a big cock, and it's just fucking flowing fucking information that's fake. It's fake information into your fucking mouth, and you're sucking on the teat, and you're taking it all in. And read something. Fucking, if you question something, you know, yeah, a lot of stuff on the internet is fucking garbage and fake, but open a book, man. Fucking, do you remember encyclopedias? Does anybody remember encyclopedias? Before the internet, there were these books that were called encyclopedias. That's all you had. So if you were, oh man, I want to know more about Komodo dragons, you had to go get a book, it was a K book. It was the Encyclopedia of K, and you had to search through it and hope that you found Komodo dragons. And then once you found it, they would have like a paragraph about it. And you'd be like, I'm going to write a report on that. And then you would take that paragraph and you pretty much just copy it or take some information out of it. I mean, that was how we got information. And now you have everything at the touch of your fingertips. Inside your phone, you can do your research. You can sit on your phone instead of fucking with your fat fingers playing Candy Crush. You can research something. You can look something up and you can make your own observations, your own views and judgments. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to think for yourself, not what everybody else tells you to think. You're supposed to make your own assumptions and your own, thoughts. I know it's really hard to understand because we have thought police now. You can't even fart in the wrong direction without getting in trouble at work. So I don't understand what has changed or why things are going the way that they are, but I don't know. It makes me want to smash this microphone through this fucking TV that's sitting in front of me. But just read, man. Just read and, think for yourself, people. Think for yourself. It's very easy, but I know it's hard for some people to understand. Another fucking great news that's finally here. So long, Shamu. On Thursday, March 17th, SeaWorld CEO Joel Manby announced that the current crop of trained killer whales or orcas living in captivity will be the theme park's last. The company will no longer be breeding them and is putting a stop to all theatrical orca shows. So they win. All the fucking animal lovers, you win. No more fucking Shamu. No more fucking SeaWorld shows with orcas. And something I learned about orcas not too long ago is orcas are not whales. Killer whales are not whales. They are porpoises. They are dolphins. And India just passed a bill that all porpoises are considered, I think, non-walking living beings. So they cannot be caged anymore. They can't be, put on display. They're treated as almost like humans because they're smart. Dolphins are as smart as monkeys. They're geniuses, and we keep them in fucking swimming tanks, little fucking fish tanks, pretty much. And people sit there and watch them. And I think after Blackfish came out, if you've never seen Blackfish, go watch it. It's a documentary all about SeaWorld and the fucking corruption and bullshit that they do there. Once that came out, that's really fucking hurt SeaWorld stock. And I don't know if SeaWorld will be able to survive without the killer whale shows, because when I was little, man, that was it. To go see fucking Shamu, I mean, that was the big time. You get so fucking excited to go see that fucking whale splash everybody. But it's over, man. And I think it's a good move. It's a humane move. There's people. We are coming into a time where I think we talked about this last time. We're looking at creatures different. We're looking at living beings different. If you ever experimented with mushrooms or any psychedelics, you realize that the earth is alive and everything's breathing. Everything is made up of molecules. So everything is really actually moving, but your eyes kind of get used to it and you kind of stabilize everything. But plants are alive. So people that say that they're vegetarians they don't eat life, you're eating life. You just can't hear a fucking piece of broccoli scream while you fucking throw it in your mouth and crunch it. It's alive. And there's animals on this planet that they're not as smart as us. They may not be able to talk like us and communicate in a written language or a spoken language, but they're they're getting to they're evolving. And that's why people that say, I've had Jehovah's Witness and shit debate me. They'll say, show me one animal that's evolved. Show it to me. Okay, there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of animals that have evolved to different climates, different, ecosystems, ones that have been phased out. But they've talked about monkeys now, that monkeys are entering the Stone Age, that they're starting to develop tools. They're starting to learn how to hunt with tools. And I think the same thing, dolphins are starting to be looked at differently. So we're seeing them differently. And I think that's a fucking good move, man, because we're not the smart, we think that we're the biggest predator on the fucking planet, but are we the only, we always talk about, is there other life in the fucking galaxy? Is there other life in the space? There's fucking life on this planet that's smart as fuck, and we don't give it any credit because it can't fucking watch fucking the Kardashians. It's really fucking crazy, man. And it's about time. It's time to move past what we've been doing and look at things differently. And it's, again, open mind. If you would never have viewed anything with an open mind, nobody would think anything different about having dolphins and fucking killer whales inside a fucking fish tank. So it's showing progress, man. It's showing us moving in the right direction. But enough about fucking hippie shit. Crazy thing. Scientists have officially grown a human life-sized heart inside a lab using stem cell regeneration. So growing fucking hearts, man, in a lab now. They also have regenerated human lens, like the lens. You have a lens that it's like an all-natural lens that's on your eyeball, and someone that had cataract surgery. Once you have cataract surgery, you usually can't see because that lens is kind of either deteriorated or I don't know if it's lasered off. I don't know what the fuck. I'm not a doctor, so I hope you're not coming to me for medical advice. But they've learned how to regenerate that human lens too with stem cells, so that now someone that has cataract surgery can still see very good. This is the times that we're living in, people. And that's what I put in this little promo is, we're in the future. We're working on self-driving cars. There's already a Tesla. You can press a button and the fucking thing drives for you down the highway. You don't have to touch anything. You can sit back and text and fucking smoke a joint, snort a pill, whatever you fucking do, and shoot heroin. Like some people now, all these people that were shooting heroin and crashing their cars because they're getting high. Hey, now the car's going to drive for you. You don't have to worry about it. Shoot heroin, you're cool now. I don't have to worry about you crashing into me. We're working on flying cars, submersible cars. We're talking about plants and fucking making 3D printing that it can print steaks. They're working on these 3D printing that'll print out a steak that you can eat, and it's made out of like all natural like soy and shit, I think. They're talking about printing food. I don't know, how crazy is that? You're going to eat fucking print. And I think it's hard for people to grasp their mind around that, but we are in the future. The shit that we used to see growing up in the 80s and Blade Runner and fucking, all these movies, Total Recall and shit that we see in Star Wars, we thought was, the crazy shit there. It's pretty much all reality right now. They're working on holograms and I don't know. It's a scary time. And I just talked with somebody yesterday, man. The guy said to me, he's like, you're going to think I'm crazy. But he's like, I think the machines are going to fucking take over someday. I was like, dude, I don't think you're crazy because I think the exact same thing. He was my friend after that. I really think that we're developing something, just like I said about the monkeys being what we came from, and them still evolving. I think we're evolving currently into something bigger. A life force and something like a, what was that movie? Or fucking Johnny Depp. I didn't even see it, but the preview, the Transcendence or whatever, he puts his consciousness into the machines. Something like that is what we're heading towards. That's absolutely going to happen. Because if you can keep your consciousness alive in a machine, shit, you can't die. Your body dies, but your body's just what? Your body's fucking a vessel. So your mind can stay alive and fucking talk to people and fucking do fucking Professor X shit, read people's brains and shit, be coming out of their TVs and stuff. That shit's gonna happen, dude. Absolutely 100% is going to happen. And it's just a matter of time. So buckle up. Just be ready for the fucking, these terrorists shit. Once the robots come, terrorists ain't going to be shit. Terrorists going to get fucking murked, dude. So, how are you guys feeling? You guys have hot, sweaty nuts like me? Hot, sweaty nuts. You know what I'm saying? They stink. They smell like sour fucking yogurt. One thing I seen, there's this video. Let's see if I can fucking find these videos that I wanted to look at. It shows the sewer systems. It's showing like multiple videos of these. They put these little drones or these little, I don't know, like robots with cameras on them, and they run them through these sewer systems. And there's multiple ones where they're coming like out of there's little like creatures. They see things fly past the camera, and they're like, these things look like they're walking and shit, like little creatures living in the sewers. And do you guys believe that kind of shit? Do you think there's down in the deep depths of shit that there's fucking, animals and creatures living there? I wonder. These videos look pretty real, but I've said that before, so I'm not sure about that. So I think there's, definitely, we know about beings that have been alive before, like, these little hobbit people and like yetis and shit that used to exist, these giant fucking half monkey, half man things. I feel like, you would think that we would see, have proof or like bones or something like that. You never know. People could think that there's something else, but I think like living down in those sewers and shit, dude, that's what, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of little midget man fucking stealing babies inside of fucking lives in the sewer cavities. That's really, really could fucking happen. I think it's something that everybody likes to live, is the fact that there's something out there. You want to believe that there's some kind of a supernatural thing or some kind of ghost or fucking alien. The thing is that we have all this, all these shows about ghost hunters and shit. They've had how many shows and they never find one. They always have, oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? It was like a whisper. It said kill you. Did you hear that? I was like, I didn't hear nothing. It sounded like some noise in the dark, man. It didn't sound like anything like a person talking. But I think all that shit's kind of made up. I think ghosts are tied into, the same thing as like religion, the fear of passing away or not surviving, of living on, to think that you could be a ghost and you can still hang around and see things and, just haunt people. I think that's a cool concept, but do I think that's a possibility? Probably not. Seems like a fucking kind of a loony thing, but it's the same thing with organized religion. If you want to believe in that, that scares me. And that's why we have these fucking terrorists. That's why we have these dudes fucking blowing themselves up. Because they believe that they're going to die, they're going to get all their virgins, they're going to get their dick sucked with like 40 fucking virgins laying around them, feeding them fucking grapes and rubbing them. That's not going to happen, dude. You're going to blow yourself to smithereens and you're fucking done. Nothing. For what? To kill a couple people? There's try to do something with your life. That's not doing something. They may believe that, but it's fucking retarded. There's one thing I wanted to look at, though. There's a video I'm going to play. And this was shared to me by a RowdCAST guest, somebody I had on, Ole Christian Henny. He's living in Norway. And it's something on that 60 Minutes did this piece on Sweden and all the migrants. All of the, they have a lot of migrants and immigrants coming in now that they're letting them from Syria and all these Middle Eastern countries, and trying to escape ISIS and, just to build a better life. Well, they're having a lot of issues. A lot of fucking issues. And this 60 Minutes crew was there, and What up, Chris? What's going on, brother? I love when people popping in the chats. Yeah, I hope you guys are working. You need to work harder, motherfucker. You need to sweat and make that money. But anyway, so the 60-Minute crew is doing this piece on immigrants in Sweden. And as they're there, some kind of crazy shit happens. So I'm going to play some of this, so check it out. Hopefully you guys can hear it okay.
If Greece has carried more than its share of the burden, so too has Sweden. A nation with less than half the population of Australia took in 165,000 refugees last year alone and is starting to buckle under the pressure. This is a country that's barely coping. Only 6 months ago, Sweden was proudly proclaiming itself the humanitarian superpower of the world. Now it's closing its borders to refugees without identity papers, and its neighbours are being even tougher. Denmark is stripping asylum seekers of valuables to help pay for their upkeep, confiscating cash and jewellery, basically everything except wedding rings. The message couldn't be clearer. Please, no more refugees. Is it refugee overload?
Yes, it's a refugee overload. That's a good word.
Just too many people?
Too many people, and too many people of the wrong kind.
Like many of his countrymen, Jan Hunnesson is calling time.
Is that racist?
This one-time
What's the wrong
school
kind?
teacher and more recently political activist says Sweden is on the brink of an economic and cultural disaster.
The problem with a generous welfare state like Sweden is that we're very, very soft.
And this is an example, he says, of Sweden's too trusting acceptance of young refugees. Men posing as boys to claim special treatment.
This is an athlete, and he's called Sweden's fastest 14-year-old.
So he is said to be a 14-year-old.
Yes, it's a bit hilarious, but if you're 18 and above, you don't get the benefits that you get if you're under 18.
Motherfucker looks
And you can't get
26.
thrown out with the same kind of laws and force.
Will the generosity stop?
Well, if you call it that generosity to ruin your own country, yes, it has to stop. But I think we're still generous.
Have you seen your fellow refugee?
Yeah.
Let this side down.
Of course, you always have like really bad refugees. You know, people who just take everything for free, who cannot wait, to take their chance.
It's frustrating.
It is frustrating, but you got to keep strong. You got to do it for yourself and for your family. And I hope I'll be able to prove something actually.
For all its generosity, Sweden is now grappling with communities of disaffected migrants who can't find jobs and have few prospects. The country's image was shattered 3 years ago when riots broke out in the Stockholm suburb of Husby. There are now 55 declared no-go zones in Sweden, where police have to escort ambulances to ensure their safety.
See, right there's a fucking problem. There's a no-go zone.
And as we found out,
There should be no
the
go zone.
temperature is similar in the
No
suburb
no-go
of
zone in my fucking
home to
own country.
mostly Somali migrants. Within minutes of us arriving, a group of young men
Here's where shit
make it
gets good.
clear we're not wanted, and deliberately run down our cameraman.
Whoops! Nej men vad fan!
He's hit the guy with a car.
Shit! What happened? You're
Fucking
late.
smoked him, dude.
It's a little more hostile than I had anticipated.
Okay, welcome to Rinkeby. It's also called Little Mogadishu.
And is that what you're worried about for the future of Sweden? That
Yeah.
clash, this clash with...
Yes,
with
of course. Now, one of your film crew members was run over by a car here, and it took us 1.5 minutes. So,
Yes, we're literally just out of the car and
and they
aggression...
didn't have any reason to do that, did they?
No, well, definitely not. We call the police. To be honest, we hadn't anticipated such intense aggression. Our cameraman was... And even they fear their presence will be provocative.
I think it's better if you go in without us, because I think it would be...
They're very aggressive.
Yeah,
Okay.
for young. So we will stay here, and if there is
That's fine.
You watch us.
Thank you. Okay.
majority here are Muslims from East Africa, and they don't assimilate well into the Swedish culture and society, and they're unemployed, and they're poor. So you add all these factors together, and their youth are feeling marginalized, and don't speak Swedish very well, so they don't get jobs or get into the Swedish youth culture either.
But not everyone is hostile.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my cousin lives in Melbourne.
Many locals are polite and friendly and happy to talk.
I'm very happy.
But what happened next changed everything. The police leave, and as we prepare to go, young men masking their faces arrive.
You're doing good. Okay, very good. Okay, you too.
And attack.
Just threw a brick at him. Just kicked him and punched him in the face. These guys with all these pulling their coats over their faces, attacking them, surrounding them.
There's no need to be unkind.
Kicked him, kicked the camera out of his hand, attacking him.
The gang's attention turns when a local intervenes.
Just punched this guy right in the nose.
Scooter into the
Oh, dude. Guy just comes out of nowhere on a rascal, dude, and fucking smoked one of these immigrants. You ever been run down by a fucking rascal?
Some man
Shit
has
look
been
brutal.
punched, the producer's been punched, you've been run over, the cameraman. We've all been assaulted and insulted.
That thing was going pretty fast. I'd like to see the speed limit on that thing.
For refugees like Marwan, the hostility and the changing mood in his adopted country make him uneasy about his future. There is a part of you that's fearful that you'll be turned back.
Yeah, of course. You always have doubts. We're human beings. We always have doubt.
But, you know, the reason I wanted to show that, man, is just, that's scary for those people in Europe that are dealing with that kind of shit, you know. And that's why I think, you know, when you hear, of course, and there's not, we say this about everything. We say this about police officers, we say this about Muslims, we say this about these immigrants. Not everybody's bad at all, but all it takes is a few rotten apples, man, that can fucking do a lot of damage, that can really fucking, not only are they going to make their people look bad, like that guy, and you know, slander their name and get people to oppose them or go against them. That's when shit gets scary. It's really, really fucking frightening, though. And you have like Obama, when Obama says things like, oh, you can't turn away immigrants or migrants and blah blah. Well, when you see things like that, and it's like you understand why there's a lot of people that are fearful, or you can't even go out to a certain area that they can, you know, it's their area, they've claimed it, you know, and you can't go there. They'll attack you just for being, you know, white or, you know, an American or European. That's when it gets interesting, because it's like, do we take any land and say, this is our land? You know, you can't, this is our area. Nobody, you know, if you're black, you can't come here. I'm sure in places there are like that, but it's very, very, very fucking slippery slope and tricky. And we're going to see a lot more, you know, this ties into this terrorism thing. This ties into, you know, similarity, you know, and assimilating into cultures and stuff like that. So I don't know, but that's not going to get any better. That's only going to get fucking worse. And I know I'm being a kind of a Debbie Downer today, very pessimistic, but I don't think we've scraped the iceberg of what this thing's going to turn into. World War III is upon us. I think we're already in it. Actually, I think we're in the beginning of phases of World War III. I think, and these terrorism attacks are only going to get more upscaled, and we're going to start retaliating, and it's going to start spilling onto the streets, certain areas, and it's going to get really, really it's going to get really tricky, to which side you choose and how you feel, you know. And it's going to be one of those things where it's not black and white. There's a lot of gray area, and how you feel about things are, you know, how they turn up in the end. So it's, I mean, I wish I could be more positive, but I think in the grand scheme of things, we all know that this thing is not getting any better, and having a child on the way, bringing a child into this kind of shit definitely freaks me the fuck out. It's I just hope that my life is lived to the fullest, and so is my child's. I hope that everything, he lives on, and hopefully this shit gets sorted out, and finally it comes to an end, and but there will be a climax. There will be a conflict that's associated. It's already, like I said, it's already started, and it's not. I don't see an any point anywhere soon. So we can only see where it goes from now. On to other news. This is where shit's gonna get really depressing. Okay, woman puts her 5-month-old baby in the oven and burns it. I don't know if she was trying to kill it. I don't know what the plan was there, but you put a 5-month-old baby in a fucking oven. What the fuck? Why? Okay, a person like that, you take them, you stuff them in an oven, and you turn the fucking oven on, and you burn them. And I would just leave the oven closed. Don't let them come out. That's amazing. Amazing to me. That fucking, you don't know what goes through people's heads. You hear all these people about her saying she was a great mom. I can't believe that would ever happen. What the fuck? But you do something like that, it's just, I can't even wrap my fucking head around it, dude. It makes me sick to my stomach. I don't want to. There's this other story I have too, where the woman, it was her child. Let's see if I can find it. She had her child had, let's see, cerebral palsy, and Putnam County mother is accused of severely abusing her daughter who suffered from cerebral palsy. The 23-year-old victim was locked in a filthy bedroom. Her hair was matted. Her body was covered with sores, filth, and injuries. It was so bad, she was immediately... she was not immediately known as a human being. They couldn't fucking tell that... When they first found her, they thought she was a dog. Because she was so fucking malnourished and in bad shape. She weighed 42 fucking pounds, dude. What the fuck? Let's play it. It's just the sheer fucking... How one human being, especially someone's fucking mother, how you can do that to another fucking human being. I don't care if you hate them. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I can't wrap my brain around it. No matter what, at the end of the day, it's still a human being. It's still a fucking life.
Accused of abusing her disabled daughter. The 23-year-old weighed just 42 pounds. Good evening. I'm Justin Farmer.
I'm Jovita Moore. A veteran officer says it is the worst case of abuse he's ever seen. New at 6. Channel 2's Mark Winnie is live in Putnam County. Investigators say the victim was living in filth until last night. Mark?
Yeah, a case we all ought to be concerned about. A GBI official tells us the young victim in this is now receiving care in a hospital in stable condition, but the woman who should have been providing her care at home was not.
The house looks nice.
Seem to suggest this may have been going on for years.
What the fuck?
It was heart-wrenching.
She had insects living on her body?
Yes, there was insect activity that was seen upon the initial response.
Describe the circumstances in that room.
Insects living in her body. What does that mean? What insects? Cockroaches, maybe?
An investigator told us the 23-year-old woman's hair was so matted, her body so covered in sores, filth, and injury that she was not immediately discernible as a human being. The Eatonton police chief estimated her weight.
I would say no more than 42 pounds.
So tiny, in one cradled position so long, she was almost easy to overlook in a room littered with waste, trash, blood, and more, agreed the chief, who says her situation is not overlooked now. But he brought in the GBI to work the case with his department.
The victim in this case is a 23 23-year-old young woman with cerebral palsy.
Chief Kent Lawrence and GBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge Ryan Carmichael tell us the victim's 40-year-old mother, Felicia Nelson Clements, is charged with cruelty to a disabled person, cruelty to children pertaining to 2 siblings of the 23-year-old, and false statements. And the mom's boyfriend, 25-year-old Galvin Evans, is accused of cruelty to a disabled person.
When I looked at her and told her that I had help on the way, she smiled.
The chief says a caller tipped police and an officer checked the house. But the mother denied to an officer having anyone bedridden. The bedroom door was locked. Ms. Clemens claimed it was an aunt's room.
We went back, and I also found out something else while we was there. Today is this victim's birthday.
What the fuck?
Chief told us his department sent flowers to the hospital. GBI Director Vernon Keenan seemed particularly moved by this case, told me by phone last year the legislature granted the GBI 8 additional agent positions to handle the increasing workload for cases involving the abuse of the elderly or disabled adults. So
it's just, it makes you wrap your brain around is how you can do that to another human being. I don't care, like I said, how you feel. But you know what? They're sending those fucking checks, I bet. Those checks are getting fucking cashed. They're getting some checks from the fucking government. I bet you 100% those motherfuckers are getting cash. He was fucking spending that money. Like I said, the house looked in pretty good shape. Wasn't fucking trash or anything. If you'd see the pictures of the room, though, it'd make you fucking throw up in your mouth. Okay, let's laugh a little bit. Let's get a laugh in because that was a lot of really depressing shit really fast. But hey, man, you guys come to the RowdCAST for a reason. This is the kind of shit that I bring in, man. The weirdest, most fucked up shit that I can find on the internet. Okay, masturbating ninja terrorizes university students after being filmed pleasuring himself while peeing in their windows. I am not making this up. This is a real fucking. This is in Seattle, University of Seattle. Okay, I'm trying to say this with a straight face. The masked masturbator wears a ninja suit that leaves his hands and genitals exposed. So he's got a full body ninja suit on with bare hands and his dick hanging out a little peephole. The pervert has made his way. He has made as many as 4 visits to the same student's home in Seattle. He keeps going back to the same one though, huh? Police release surveillance footage hoping to catch the naughty ninja. They have a picture of this guy. He looks straight up like he's got like a fucking like a ninja mask on his face. He's got full body. It looks like white, like leotards and fucking shirt on, and he's jerking off outside this window. They have him on camera. I don't understand why he's peeing on the place. A woman first reported she had witnessed the suspect masturbating outside the home on January 10th. On February 7th, the pervert struck again, and this time he was caught on surveillance camera. Snapshots from the surveillance tape show the man wearing tight, dark clothing that covered his entire body except for his eyes, hands, and genitals. The suspect was wearing toe shoes and his face covered by what looked like a tied t-shirt. Though his getup was described as dark, it appears white in night vision. Okay, so he was black. He was black. It's black clothes, but it looks white in the night vision. Okay, makes sense. But he has toe shoes on. He's got his little feet, his little fucking, like, running shoes. What the fuck? Yeah, so somebody's running around jerking off, peeing on people's fucking windows in Seattle. Still hasn't been caught. Fucking power to you, bud. Fucking, I don't know what that's all about, but, if you wonder why people think, why they do stuff like that. Like, it's got to be some kind of fetish or something that really fucking gets him off, gets him a fucking raging chubby, dude. He's like, oh, and he's just fucking jerking like mad, and he fucking, wait, though, how does he pee when he's jerking off? Or when he's done, maybe he comes and then pisses? Because I don't understand that. It kind of doesn't make sense. Like, because if you've ever had a big boner before, you can't really pee. If you're about to ejaculate, you can't really pee at the same time. Even though I know a guy one time, Dustin Sloan, that name dropping there, that was jerking off one time and peed all over himself. So I don't know. Some people, maybe that's possible. But, Usually it's you have like a valve that turns on and off when you're gonna ejaculate. So very odd, but he's a ninja, so maybe he's able to do that. Maybe he has the capacity to make shit like that happen. Here's one that's frightening. Looks like, and I'm kind of caught between this one, but there's a video of this zookeeper jerking off a dolphin, and he makes it come, and they have him on camera, and he kind of like stops. But I've also heard that, I've seen the video, and it's pretty fucked up. It's on the RowdCAST page. It's weird, I don't jerk off dolphins, so I thought it was kind of odd. But the only thing is I've also heard that they have to, simulate them, they have to jerk them off to, I don't know, maybe it's somebody that like to jerk off dolphins, but that they have to do that to relieve tension or something like that. It has to be done. I mean, like I said, that could have been made up, but I'm pretty sure that that's something that has to be done. So if you like to jerk off dolphins, I'm sure there's a job out there for you. Also, Rob Ford, the former Toronto mayor, if you remember, the one that was talking about smoking crack and doing all that, just died today. He was 46. He had cancer. He was a crazy guy. There's a montage on YouTube. If you've never seen it before of Rob Ford, you will fucking shit yourself. He was amazing. I got this other video that I wanted you guys to see. I'm trying to go the whole show without talking about politics because I don't want to talk about politics because it's ridiculous. It's like a fucking show. The world thinks we're a fucking joke. This is something that really made me happy. If you've listened to my show before, you know that I've dealt with opiates and heroin addiction. I've lost a lot of people in my life. Just the other day, a guy that I used to work for, a good buddy of mine, ended up, passing away from an overdose. So, this is something that happens in my life, all the time. I deal with this probably once a month. I hear of somebody that I knew or, a relation or a friend or someone's family that passed away, and it's bad here. So the CDC just announced that they have new recommendations for doctors and prescriptions of pharmaceuticals, and it's very, very, very huge that they're doing this because it's finally somebody's acknowledging that there's a problem. That doctors have been prescribing opiates, especially Oxycontin, Percocet, Vicodin, that kind of stuff. It was to the point you go to the doctor for something small and they'll write you a script of Oxycontin. And if you know anything about opiates, they're highly addictive. So at one time, a bottle of 60 pills could...
The director of the CDC notes that more than 40 Americans die each day from prescription opioid overdoses and says we must act now. That
40.
Action comes in the form of new recommendations.
Every day.
On Tuesday, the CDC released 12 guidelines aimed at primary care doctors who prescribe opioid painkillers. The now piece of the statement is what's worth exploring. The opioid boom happened back in the 1990s as doctors nationwide recognized chronic pain in their patients and pharmaceutical companies started pushing painkillers. Fast forward a couple decades and drug overdoses killed more Americans in 2014 than in
car
any
accidents.
other year in history. The CDC
More
says nearly
people die from
39,000
drug overdoses than car
deaths
accidents.
involve some type of opioid.
That's
Several
scary.
agencies have stepped in to try to curb this public health problem. The Drug Enforcement Administration made moves to limit painkiller access for both patients and doctors, and the White House increased federal spending to curb opioid abuse. But the CDC recommendations took a while to come to fruition. The group released a draft of these guidelines late last year and got some backlash, likely from those pharmaceutical companies that were making money off the sale of pills. Then the CDC held public hearings on the topic, something it's never done before. A few months later, the new guidelines are here. While they're not binding, they are the broadest measure in place at this time. For Newsy, I'm Katie Link.
it's awesome that they have acknowledged that, and that they're trying to do something. But again, the pharmaceutical, they not too long ago said it was okay for 11-year-olds to be prescribed OxyContin. And when things like that are going, it goes back to the same thing that we always talk about, the corruption. People are getting paid, money's getting made, fucking stirring the pot. So fuck everybody else, fuck your families, fuck your kids, fuck, your kids' kids. They don't care. Them losing their parents, you losing brothers, sisters, moms, dads. They don't care. As long as the fucking gears keep turning, the money keeps getting made, everybody's happy. They don't give a fuck about us. You're just you're a little grain of sand in the gears of the machine. Your life is not. Nobody gives a fuck about you. So it's good that somebody took a measure to make things a little bit better, and to watch how doctors are prescribing shit. But there's still a long way to go. There's a lot of people out there still struggling, and if you are, power to you, man. Get help, because it's one thing that I've seen is you can't quit opiates by yourself. It's definitely, some people can. You got to be a bad son of a bitch to be able to do it, but you really got to be. A lot of people need some kind of treatment or some kind of help, and it's never be ashamed to ask for fucking help. Never ever, because that doesn't mean anything. That means some things are just too powerful, especially when it's a substance like that, when it's your alcohol or opiates and shit like that. Your body shuts down without it. If your body can't function without it, you probably should get help from a doctor, because then your organs can start shutting down, things can fucking shut off, and that becomes a big fucking problem. So don't ever be ashamed to ask for help or fucking get help. But I don't want to see any more people go, and I love all you guys, so fucking be smart. This last thing, let's see, hold on a second, guys. This one is, I saved this for last because this is, we talked about some of these things about how can humans treat other humans and how can this kind of shit go on. This one is the fucking, this one is the one that makes me the maddest. This is the one where I want to find this fucking kid. I want to fucking headbutt him into his fucking nose bone that it goes through his brain and it kills him. And then when he falls on the ground and he's dead, I want to beat his fucking face to a bloody pulp until he's no more, until he's just nothing but fragments of bone and skin and brain. And that may be a little harsh, but that's how I fucking feel. This is black youth in Atlanta City, Georgia. I don't know what Atlanta City, I don't know if that's a real place. I think it means just Atlanta. He attacks a helpless white woman. There's a bunch of homeless people, looks like, sitting in a park together. A bunch of other elderly people. And there's a woman there. And she's sitting there, and these black youth, a couple of them, are all standing around, talking shit. They got their video cameras on, and he's telling this. She's an older lady. I mean, she's got to be 60, probably years old. And he's telling her she's gonna smack her in the face, and she tells him, "No, you're not gonna smack me." So he decides that he's gonna fucking punch her in the face. And I know you're not going to be able to see it, but it's something that you should see. He keeps saying, "I'm not going to do what?" He's acting like a fucking fool, putting his hands up in the air. I mean, it looks like an open hands, but he knocked her out. Just hit her and she fucking falls back, knocked out cold. He says, "Fuck your life." She's laying KO'd on the ground, her eyes all swelled up. Yeah. I don't play like that. You're so badass. You're so tough. So fucking tough, man. What a fucking tough guy. You fucking just hit a fucking homeless person. a fucking helpless, a fucking 60-year-old homeless woman. You punch her in the face. You're the baddest motherfucker on the block. And then you want to talk about fuck your life. And you're going to fucking do this. You're going to do that, dude. Those are the kind of people that I say, you know, I hope that you get gunned down. I hope fucking somebody, you piss somebody off, you fuck over the wrong person, they fucking drive by your house and they fucking shoot you, drive by your car, shoot the fuck out of you. I hope you get caught up in gang violence. I hope you fucking overdose on something. I hope you have the worst death imaginable. I hope it's terrible. Because when you treat another human like that didn't do anything to you, you are a fuck. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what fucking ethnicity you are. You are fucking scum of the earth, and you fucking make me sick to my stomach. And if I ever seen you, I don't care what kind of fucking charges, you deserve a fucking royal beatdown and maybe death. You know, I may not kill you, but somebody, I hope you die. So I really, I know that's maybe some people think that's fucked up, but not at all. It's when you have no respect or no sympathy for other human life, then you don't deserve your life. You know, somebody deserves to take it away from you. So, with that being said, you guys can all fucking lick my butthole. If you did listen, I'm glad, you know. Fuck, it looks like a bunch of people have been jamming out with me and listening to my fucking crazy-ass talk. So, I love you guys so fucking much. If you got anything new for me, you know, I got a bunch of people lined up. Like I said, we're going to get them on here. I'm going to start rapid firing these motherfuckers, squeeze them in when I can. So keep listening. If you guys got anything you want me to talk about, you ever want to bring to my attention, put it up on the Facebook page, put it in the chat. You can always do that. I don't mind if you do put it in the chat. I will answer it. I will get back to you. That's what I do. So I really hope that you've enjoyed the fucking RowdCAST. This is 77 fucking episodes. Man, we're slowly approaching that 100. And like I said, I got big plans for you guys for 100. So keep fucking listening to me. Keep sharing my shit, please. Go back, listen to the archives. There's lots of stuff there. Lots of fucking weird characters, weird fucking premises, weird stories. So knock yourself out. Enjoy it. That's why I do this thing. And for everybody that keeps listening, you guys fucking rock. You guys are the best. The RowdCAST fans are the fucking shit. And I will continue to put out the fucking content you guys like. And there will be plenty of fucks, fucking, fuck this, motherfucking, you know how it goes.
Motherfucking RowdCAST.
Every day, I fucking do this thing, and I want you to enjoy it. Live on the internet, uncensored, Spreaker.com. Only way to find me. Subscribe to me on iTunes. Check me up on YouTube. I'm on Stitcher. I'm on every fucking platform that I can be on. So I hate when you try to say, "Oh, I can't listen to you. I couldn't figure it out." Well, it's fucking 2016. Figure it out, bitch. Peace, bitches.